We've been seeing a lot more Latinos on TV lately, and that is great, but what do those opportunities actually look like? Despite Latino directors and actors making meaningful headway in Hollywood, most of those roles are still reduced to infuriating cultural stereotypes. So let's talk about them. Here are 5 Latino stereotypes I could play on TV. The gay sidekick. No one makes a better gay sidekick than a minority, especially gay Latinos, who are spicy enough to make the most boring protagonist seem exciting while still being unthreatening and usually preoccupied with stuff like cultural barriers, unchecked machismo, or a hyper-religious family member. I finally told my aunt I was gay.
Oh my god, is that Todd? Hold my bag.
One of the first gay best friends I remember seeing on TV is a character named Danny from the Spanish soap Salome. He's friends with some exotic dancers and sometimes works as a drag queen at their bar, which is fun, but then he kills himself because he's hooking up with a closet case who's dating a girl named Lola. Typical. These diversity-friendly wingmen also exist in more mainstream TV. You've got Ricky from My So-Called Life, Gabe from Telenovela, and Jaime from Broad City, who is honestly so much like me, it scares me that I'm calling him a stereotype. And sure, some of these characters offer visibility and representation, but you'd have a tough time pitching a TV show with any of them as the protagonist. We're just not there yet. The Cop. Cop procedurals are just sitcoms, but with dead bodies and morally complex scenarios. You think I'm playing a cop because I'm a well-thought-out character? Well, you're wrong. It's because I'm a minority who's light-skinned enough not to threaten white viewers while still making Latinos feel represented.
That's messed up, man.
Latino cops on TV often suffer from their own brand of stereotypes. We are either hyper-macho and quick to anger, or the slick talker who is bound to charm the female witness. The token field reporter. Do you ever watch your local news? Do you ever notice how you're more likely to find a Latino reporter out on the field at a bakery or a fair instead of behind the actual news desk? And that's why even vegans are down to Netflix and grill. I'm Juan Miguel Epifanio Ramirez Cobian, reporting on a puff piece because my accent is bad for ratings. Back to you, Becky. We don't see a lot of Latinos behind news anchor desks, from the hard-hitting news we see every night on channels like NBC, CBS, or ABC to nightly talk shows like The Late Show or The Tonight Show. But why take it from me? I'll let a reporter from my hometown news station explain.
For now, we are live in Orange County. Gustavo Almodovar.
Besides Gustavo's anglicized pronunciation and his perpetual presence in Winn-Dixie parking lots, it's worth noting that lists of top anchors or top reporters rarely mention individuals outside of explicitly Latino networks. So if it's not a niche market, you'll have a hard time finding us. The passionate lover. He's brooding, muscular, and down to which honestly sounds like a great Grindr profile. Sometimes I'll read you poetry or bring you roses, but usually that's just a brief pit stop before y'all take the first exit to Bone Town. Amada, my love for you burns like the flames of 1,000 spring break bonfires.
Oh, Alejandro.
We only have one night on the playa, and even though my culture dictates I should ask your mother before I do this, I want to make sweet, tender, passionate, rough, and respectful love to you in the night. While sometimes we perpetuate these stereotypes in our own TV, I'm looking at you, Fernando Colunga. This is a tradition that goes way back in Hollywood. From Ricardo Montalban in a movie literally called Latin Lover, to Fernando Lamas and that terrible Billy Crystal impersonation he inspired. Or, you know, Antonio Banderas in Pretty Much Everything. I get it, hot weather, beaches, weird accents, we're supposed to be sexy. I'm sorry I'm a disappointment! Close enough. Remember that time Fred Armisen played Obama, an Iranian president, and a mariachi during his tenure at SNL? Or all those seasons Snooki convinced us she was actually Italian. This is a special skill, called the close enough. Because not all Latinos are the same race, or even the same nationality, we all look way different. Sometimes different enough to play people from places we can't even find on a map. Huh, Georgia's a country. I once met a director who told me I was a versatile actor. This wasn't a comment on my actual skills or my bedroom habits, but my ethnically ambiguous features. Apparently, I can be Jewish, Greek, Middle Eastern if you take those hairs off my logo, or all sorts of Latinos that I'm actually not, like Mexican, Argentinian, or even Venezuelan. And white audiences will never know the difference unless I'm just trying to play a plain old white guy, in which case I don't pull it off. You white audiences, I can't tan for shit. Casting whoever's close enough doesn't mean you're concerned with authenticity or representation, you're just concerned with filling a quota. Okay, so we hate seeing stereotypes about Latinos, but what do we do about it? Encourage and support work by Latino writers, directors, and producers that are concerned with the humanity and honesty of our stories. I'm a Latino, goddammit, not a sidekick or subplot. But if you do want to cast me, I will accept payment at empanadas and votive candles. I just ruined the whole point of this video, didn't I?